On today's episode, I'm going to show you the best website that I've seen this year, 2019. It's going to be amazing. Stay tuned. Hey everybody, what's up? So we're almost at the end of 2019. I want to show you the website that most impressed me, actually blew my mind this year. And I know it's like big words here, and it might take you a second to understand it, but I will show you why, design-wise, copywriting-wise, creativity-wise. Let's dive into it. The website that blew my mind is the website of Fibery. Right. This website, I actually came across it after Pablo Stanley tweeted it, and I went inside. Yet another collaboration tool. Claims to be all-in-one, is media core at everything. I looked at this and I was like, is this some kind of a joke? I'm like, try, suffer, quit. Started to scroll down here. Yep, looks like another collaboration tool. Everybody, like, there's so much hype about Coda, about Notion, about everything. There's dozens of collaboration productivity tools on the market. Not that we are significantly better. We just can't help building another one. I was like, what is this funny thing? And I didn't understand if this is a joke, if this is like create custom apps. Maybe Fibery will be really good 2 years from now. Learning curve, missing features, mobile last. I was like, what is this? Like, is this again, I was very much confused. I didn't know if this is a real thing or if this is a joke, because honestly, reading this text, it was like so honest. Oh my God, this is really true. This is every like collaboration tool that I've been seeing, and like it's like so hype. Somehow you've managed to set this up. It only gets worse from here. Now I'm like, so I saw this and honestly, I was confused, right? I was confused. I got here to the end and I was actually, what is marketing bullshit? Let's check out this marketing bullshit. And I clicked this, and then I got to a different website, which is basically the same, but actually says freedom to work your way, create. And this was like the serious version of the same product, but with different copywriting and just like a different framing of the same tool. Collaboration is a mess, make knowledge transparent. So I was like, yeah, this is really kind of the marketing bullshit that every tool takes say to itself. And I was like, and then I saw this, I don't get this, explain it differently. And I clicked this and I saw a different marketing bullshit, create to connect, build your workplace with no code, replace isolated tools. And at that point, I understood this is actually a serious company. They are actually building this kind of like Coda Notion competitor. But the way to market this is just to create different versions. I don't get it. Explain it differently. Build your own workspace. So they've literally, what happens here is that they took the same idea and they were like, let's try to present the same thing instead of doing what everybody else is doing, which is taking themselves seriously, talking with this kind of like Silicon Valley, I don't know how to call it, like big vision, buzzy trend words and all of that. And they were like, let's make fun of this. Even though we are part of this and this is what we're doing, let's make fun with this. And so they've created several versions. I'm not really sure if there's like 4 or 5 versions of this website. And besides the fact that each of them is designed, the same structure and the same basically content, but as you can see, the top here, it's kind of fun in a different way. This one has this little shapes to it. The other one, yeah, now we're back. So I think there's 4 different versions. Here you can see those tiny little things get back in the background. Here we have the connected dots. Okay, so why I think this is so genius. I think, as you understand, it's very hard to do something very, very different. Now, when you have kind of a design brief, and there specifically, let's think about this company. This company is a tool, SaaS, software as a service company, Silicon Valley type, and they have a lot of competitors, as I've mentioned before, Coda, Notion, Basecamp. You've seen all these, Trello, you've seen these types of websites so many times. So how can you approach this problem? First of all, you want to explain your tool, but you're explaining it to people who are already fed up with you trying trying to sell them on these features. So how can you do this differently? And by saying, let's try to do multiple versions and let's be self-aware and let's be mindful and make fun of the fact that, yeah, we're just another collaboration tool. We're trying to make it different. We're trying to make it better, but we're very much aware of you, the customer, the visitor, already fed up with reading all this marketing bullshit. I think that by doing this, they've created, I think, for me as kind of a user or visitor in the website, they were super, super honest. They were super, super amusing and very, very creative about this. And by showing me that they are creative, they are funny, they are trying, they're not just doing one thing, they're doing multiple things, I think they've bought me, and I would actually sign up and give this a try, which I did, by the way, but it was like too complicated. And so I gave it up and I'm continuing to work with Coda. However, I do think that their approach as marketing website is very, very, very interesting. I did not see somebody who just said, hey, let's not just do one thing. Let's try it 5 different times. And that's part of kind of the joke, part of the experience. Let's try to, if we're funny, if we're doing it differently every single time, we have, instead of one time to try to sell you, we have actually 4 chances of trying to sell you. And we're going to, mix it up. And it kind of gives you also the thought that, maybe you're not sure what exactly the best solution is, and this way you can test multiple solutions. I think that actually made the website much more viral, and that's how I actually got to it, by people sharing it, by it being actually amusing and interesting. So again, I think design-wise, there's a lot of approaches here. Each of them is not, like, I would say, mind-blowingly unique. They're cool, they're nice. I like the background interaction, and I like that they've connected it into the message, right? So here you have connected dot, then you had kind of reshaping tools. It's very trendy in the sense of, these shapes, and it's very classic in the sense of, you see screenshots and you see, I think the actual graphic design of it is great. It's not something that you haven't seen before. It's kind of like, I would say, startup cliche. However, by the fact that they've done that in multiple kind of parallel universe as a creative idea, I think that took it into a completely different level and made this actually, creativity-wise, the best design solution to a problem, which is, we have another product to talk about, and people are fed up with looking at landing pages for yet another, productivity software. So congrats to the Fibery team. I think you did really, really phenomenal job marketing-wise, design-wise. I think the copywriting here is so really, really shows you that you understand your target audience, which is incredible. I think not enough designers understand the power of words and how, when you write good copy, right, it makes such a huge difference, right? Again, I will go back into the one that actually says here anxiety, which is also funny. It's funny. It's just so self-aware. Yet another collaboration. So I read this and I did sign up anyway. So it's just like, for me, it's interesting how, by being sometimes self-aware, cynical, and kind of like self-degradation type of humor actually helps to sell, because they're showing you that they are aware of the fact that they are not perfect. I think this is a really, really interesting solution. I want to hear from you. What are your favorite websites for 2019? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear what were some of your favorite websites. Maybe we're going to cover a few of them. So let me know, and I'll see you next year. Bye-bye.